Good afternoon, Michael. It's a pleasure to be with you today. We're interviewing Michael Keys, and just looking here at his background, Michael is a graduate of Academy High School and also Gannon University, in which he majored in a BA in criminal justice. In addition to that, Michael was a U.S. veteran. He served honorably in the U.S. Army, in Europe, and also the Army Reserve. As far as, Mike, your employment, I see that you've been a security leader at Wabtec for several years. How long have you been in that role?
I've been in the current role for more than 15 years as a leader.
As a leader, that's awesome.
Yeah, I've been with the company, the legacy company, General Electric, since 2000.
So you put that criminal justice degree to work, haven't you, over the years? And in addition to that, I understand you were a former city councilman?
Yes.
Wow. That must have been very, very much of a challenging role. I'm sure you'll talk a little bit more about that.
Yes, it was actually a challenging time. Part of my term was during the pandemic, and so we had unprecedented challenges that we were able to navigate. Absolutely.
And I see you're a union member also of local number 3, EIAG, PPE, and you are a past union steward?
Yeah, so EIAGLIP, as we call it, is my union of security people at Wabtec. We're one of the last independent unions anywhere in the area, and so it's important to me. Having a union job has been able to provide life and stability for myself and my family.
Absolutely. Livable wages, you're right, is what unions create, I believe. And wow, in addition to that, you've had quite a career. I see that you're also a member of the Democratic State Committee. Could you talk a little bit about that role and what you've done with that?
Yes, I was elected to the Democratic State Committee. I consider that to be an honor. For Novice, that's the management body of the state party, and so it's very important. We do endorsements, we do bylaws, we regulate the party from the state perspective.
Is that right? I know that you've been very instrumental in bringing that segments of that committee to the Erie area. I know during the rally for Kamala Harris, you were involved in them helping support that as well in the area.
So one of the major missions as being a Democratic State Committee is to support Democrats up and down the line, and that include our presidential candidates, our senators, U.S. senators and congresspersons, and then down to the state House and Senate, and then locally.
Yes, I understand you've been very active behind the scenes in helping funding come to Erie. I know last year there was a bus that came from somewhere downstate. You were involved in that.
No. So we support, Democrats up and down the line. Sometimes there are nonpartisan groups that come who have aligned policies with what we believe that everyone should vote, and that our vote does matter. And any way I can help anyone who has that same mission, I jump in and help.
Very good. And finally, I noticed that you are a minister, licensed minister, and currently you're working at Morning Star Baptist Church as an associate minister.
Yes, so my philosophy on that is I am a man of faith, but I don't wear it on my sleeve because I don't want anyone to give me anything or take anything away because of my faith. My faith is a personal issue. That will guide me, though, to always do what I believe is right.
Very good. Very good. I think that's how we all should feel. Michael, I know that you, on your flyer here, which is very well put together, I don't know how well
They probably can't
that
see
can
it.
be seen. I love the picture of you in your uniform, and I'm very excited to see all the great things that you've done over the years, Michael. I know here, as you can see in this flyer, I'm not sure how well you can see it, but there we go, how we do, right there. There's a picture of the park, Burton Park, and I know you worked, Roger Young Park, I should say. I know you worked tirelessly on trying to revitalize that park there and bring a very nice facility for the young people to be able to do recreation and different things. Could you talk to us a little bit about that?
Yeah, not specifically about the Roger Young Park. We still have hopes that the city will find the wherewithal to execute and improve our parks. We know that there are several $1 million that are supposed to go into the city parks. But from the county perspective, and just from a general perspective, parks and recreation are very, very important to the quality of life of our citizens. If you realize that recreation is actually two words, re and create. And so when people have a chance to go places and recreate themselves, society benefits, our schools benefit, everyone benefits.
Absolutely. And I know, we just spent the first 7 minutes getting to know who you are, where you went to school, serving in the military, being a security leader at WABTEC, former city councilman. Which one of those roles do you feel will be most effective in terms of your new role running for county council? I see that you've mentioned several key points that you want to focus on. And the one that's really standing out to me is your concept in terms of you want to focus on economic development that creates jobs and pay a livable wage.
Absolutely. The county has several projects in line and in the pipeline for industrial parks and certain other plans. And so what we want to make sure that whoever enters those parks, are paying wages that are on scale and on par that are going to prosper our county.
Absolutely. You also mentioned that you were very interested in district-wide neighborhood revitalization.
Yes, so that's a 2-point factor. One is the east side, when by extension I mean Wesleyville and East Mill Creek and Southeast Erie are pretty much a forgotten part of our county or by our city. And everyone focuses on, the other parts. And so we need our neighborhood to, in order for them to stay stable and to not deteriorate, we need to put money into them now. We know there's small pots of money that are going to rehabilitation throughout the county, but it's not nearly enough, especially as our population ages and people are now on fixed incomes. We need to focus more money on making sure our housing stocks stays stable, so that we continue to have places that people would want to live.
Right. Well, while you're on the line, I would like to mention that you've mentioned here one of your focuses is on updating aging infrastructure. And we all know that when you have new sidewalks and curbs, and things like that in the, good lighting for safety and things like that, that all helps. What's your approach in terms of updating the aging infrastructure?
So, for instance, the city of Erie was awarded a grant for $30 million to get the lead out of their pipes.
Okay.
That's historic. We need the lead out of our pipes. Mm-hmm. And then as you go countywide, some of their infrastructure isn't as old, but some of it is. And, mm-hmm. There's places like Bell Valley, which is in the 4th District, where there's a flood. The valley flooded, mm-hmm. and where the fire department is, and damaged several vehicles and things, and really had water so deep that somebody could have drowned.
Wow.
And going the other direction, for 20 years I lived right off of Pine Avenue, and I saw the wall of water going north. The day that that they had the fatality inside that house where it flooded.
That was tragic.
And so I've seen what water can do when our systems are overwhelmed, and we need to fix those every place we can.
Mm-hmm. You also mentioned that you would be interested in an effective delivery of social services. Do you consider yourself what type of a politician you think that you are in terms of how you stand on the subject of social services?
So I have a humanities degree in criminal justice, but I have a lot of sociology and psychology, mm-hmm. Mixed into that, mm-hmm. along with law. And so my thing is we need compassionate delivery of these services, mm-hmm. and if we need to make them more efficient, I know that's a bad buzzword now, but the county only has so much money, mm-hmm. and we need to make sure that we're able to cover all the people that we need to cover, mm-hmm. and so efficiently and effectively deliver the services that the county needs to deliver.
Okay. Well, thank you. One of the most important things that you said here on this flyer is you're committed to improving the quality of life for all Erie County residents. How would you like to end this interview, Mr. Keys?
So I am committed to improving the quality of life of all Erie County residents. Parks and recreation, improving the infrastructure, improving the housing stock, all those bode into my vision of a better district and a better overall county.